And welcome back once again, everybody. So, after defeating Boshi and obtaining some Yoshi cookies in the last part, I decided to start off first today by saving. Because, save states can only do so much, just to back things up. But, we're just walking out of here. We're pretty much done here. I don't plan on coming back here at any point. There's no real need to. So, hope you like that island there, because you'll never be seeing it again. But today we're heading to the quaint little community of Moleville. Judging by the shack here, it's fairly obviously, a mining community, just by that little shack there alone. And we're talking to moles, because, that makes sense. Talking moles, we can have talking lizards, talking cloud things, talking tadpoles. Why not talking moles? Makes sense to me. But all kidding aside here, the shop here has some very important stuff we need to get. I saved the trouble showing all that, but basically what I did was I unequipped all my items and now I'm selling them. Frog Sig's worth 90. Just throw that out there, so it's worth selling, I think. The Knock Shell is only worth 10, which I thought was pretty weird. Selling our armor because we can buy some improved armor, obviously. Mega Shirk, Mega K, which would be Geno's first armor, and then the Mega Pants for Mallow. I'm not really sure what the work pants do, but I typically don't bother collecting it. Also, it's worth noting here that you can buy the finger shot here, but we don't need it because we already went to Rose Town and got it there. So Mario also gets the punch glove here, and Mallow gets the cymbals, which I don't know, not the coolest weapons in the game, but stat upgrade is a stat upgrade as far as I'm concerned. This is also the first area in the game you can get mid mushrooms and maple syrup. Well, it's at least the first place you can buy it. The mid mushrooms heal more than regular mushrooms, obviously, and maple syrup gives you more flower points than honey syrup would. It's a very good thing to hang out to. I was just checking these houses, see if there's anything in there. Yeah. Oh, but it's Bowser again, man, and he appears to be a few man short than he was last time. Let's see what he has to say here. Most of our allies have run off. Well, I mean, I don't know. Could be worse. Wait, whoa, stop right there. Well, we're not gonna stop, but whatever. They only have experience fighting Mario, and they've never beaten him. Man, his troops really suck. I hate to say that. Man, that's wow. But but Bowser and his gang of minions apparently isn't having as much luck against the Smithy gang. So I don't know. He's not looking to be the bad guy here. I don't know, folks. It just doesn't seem like a Mario game anymore if he's not the main bad guy. But I'm sure I'm sure this is just some side story that have no consequence whatsoever. I mean, that'd just be nuts. But what are these people doing around the mine here? Well, it appears that there's some people trapped in the mine. Namely, there's a couple children, I believe. As we'll soon see here. I'm not going to, bother building this up. Yeah, there's some trapped kids inside. And, being the hero of the story, I have to help out. But, yeah, pretty much that's what's going on here. But I do think it's worth noting that, as a hero, you have to, help people every once in a while. You can't just go dilly-dallying around doing whatever, because you gotta earn that hero status. Mario didn't come famous for nothing, after all, right? I doubt it. So they can't reach it, and these are the worst miners in the world. I'm sorry. They should have had some contingency plan for this, but I guess companies just don't think about that much anymore. And they want us to save the kids, of course, and being the hero will oblige. I know I've said that like 3 or 4 times now, but it's true, unfortunately. So you jump on them, jump in here. I do think it's worth noting that the enemies here do start. This is where the enemies really start to step it up, I think. What's interesting to note about these Magmites here is that they're highly resistant to actual attack power, but they're actually quite weak to magical attacks. So, like, if you're fighting like two of these, what the smart thing might be to do is one or two things. You can use Geno's beam, which will kill in one shot usually, or, and this is the smarter option, you can use Malice Thunderbolt to sweep them off at the same time. However, I chose to, just slug it out attacking like a fool. One thing I didn't mention in previous videos, and this is why Geno's is going first, is that he actually has a speed advantage compared to most of the characters in the game. So you can really take advantage of that. And you'll see later why I keep him in my rotation. It's not necessarily that he's the best attacker in the world, but he has some very good magic attacks down the line, and his speed can give you a key advantage, especially when you get one ability not too far off in the game. So he's worth keeping around, no question about that. But we'll get into more of that later. For now, we're just making our way through the mine here. And from here, I'm just really trying to grind on enemies a little bit. The fire guy there is called Sparky, and I believe the pig with wings looking thing is called an Enigma. They don't really do anything particularly special. I think Enigma has a move or two we haven't seen yet, but it's nothing too much to worry about. At least not in my opinion. This is also the point of the game where Thunderbolt starts to lose its bite a little bit. I mean, these enemies aren't really that susceptible to, magic attacks anyway. Mario really starts to deal out the damage, though. You can really see, his attack power, where I've been upgrading it really pay off at this point. And we're getting pretty decent experience and money actually here too. So this is my favorite place to grind, but it's not a bad place to do so if you want. Because like if you're fighting 4 of those Magmites and you just use Malice Thunderbolt, you can really rack up the experience fairly quickly. And it's weird how they with that path there, it looks like you can go somewhere else, but you can't just yet. I don't think you can go anywhere at all. That spring there, that's just, who would jump on a spring in the middle of a mine? That's just crazy. We hit a ceiling. That's ridiculous. We're not going to do that. Yeah, I thought about going for those enemies there, but I said, oh, screw it. And got 4 experience from that Magmite there. And you better count your lucky stars that I'm editing most of these battles out, because I'd probably still be in the forest, if not before that. But anyway, as you can see there, we got an opportunity to double our experience by finding the Yoshi, and we did. And we went from I believe it was 4 experience to 8 experience. So, and that got Mallow a level up, and I decided to give him an HP upgrade because yeah, he could really use it. Ooh, another new enemy, a cluster. The enemies here, there's no doubt in my mind that the enemies start getting a little more beefed up at this point in the game more than any other, because the enemies can really start taking the damage and dealing it out as well. Got a defense up. I haven't seen one of those in a while, actually. 105 damage there. That's not bad. 73. I don't know what it is with me. I think it's just me, but I can never, like, that finger shot, for me anyway, is just, like, the damage it does is just all over the place. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, which is probably the case, or what, but the damage it's doing is just all over the place. Nothing to worry about, though. He gets some pretty decent weaponry later on in the game anyway. Geno does, I mean. Another new enemy, and if you're a Mario fan, you're familiar with him, a Bomb. And as you might guess, they explode after, like, normally what will happen is you'll hit them, and then they'll, like, suicide bomb you. but that's not too much of a problem most of the time. And it doesn't even do that much damage. Or at least, you know, when I was coming through here, it didn't hurt me too badly. 5 experience from that battle. Yeah, you can really, you know, like I said, this is not a bad place at all to grind if you want to. So let's talk to this guy. What does he have to say? Oh, we need a bomb to blast through here. Well, not sure where we're going to find one of those. Why can't we just capture that guy? I mean, he's a bomb. Well, a bomb, but still, a bomb is a bomb. That's what I say. So, I guess we don't really have much else to do. We can check through here right quick, I suppose. Nope, that way's blocked too. That's interesting. We can fight some people, that's always a plus. Honestly, I'm not sure why I didn't edit this out. There's nothing new here. But who cares? I always mess that up when you have airborne enemies and he has to jump like that. It always messes up my timing for the time to hit. Then again, my emulator was kind of lagging too, but I'm not trying to blame it on that or anything. Yes, I am. But yeah. But yeah, these guys are very vulnerable to magic attacks. If I just about any kind, they'll die one hit. Of course, I didn't try any Marios because, you know, it's not worth the flower power you pay to do it. But with Geno's Beam only costs, I believe, 3, and you can do Malice Thunderbolt for 2. So, particularly when we're fighting group enemies, I just use either Mal or Geno for that. Because Mario doesn't really get any, like, magic attacks that attack all the enemies until a little later on in the game. And even then, they focus mostly on one character. So, he's not really the best character for fighting multiple enemies, for sure. And we got a pick-me-up from that battle. 9 experience, that's not bad. And Mario at least level 9. See, as always, I'm upgrading his attack and defense, because that's just usually what I stick with him. So, let's just try the spring. Oh! Brings a whole new feeling to bang your head, doesn't it? Oh no, it's our old enemy, Croco. Oh, and he appears to be taking our money. Well, you know, you can steal Mallow's money, but when you steal my money, that's when I get angry. But you're going to have to see if we can catch him next time, folks. Have a good one until then.